he is where he is today. A philanthropist driven by his desire to give back to society through his foundation. Hundreds of students have graduated from schools in Canada, Ghana, Ukraine, USA, Malaysia, Nigeria, North Cyprus, and even in Philippines. He has provided for his community and communities across the country portable drinking water, employing over 3,000 Nigerians, and there are plans for employing over 12,000 Nigerians. He is an ambassador of wealth creation, a multidimensional strategic thinker, a strong believer in Nigeria, a role model, and a patriot. He has vision. He has a never-say spirit, never surrendering. He has charisma. He has no fear. He has perseverance, communication skills, intellect, focus. He is pragmatic, and he is a good listener. Today, we welcome you to his presidential declaration. But to welcome all of us, first, let me welcome here the former governor of Bauchi State and the Director General of the campaign organization, His Excellency Malam Issa Yuguda. Your Excellency.
Your Excellency, our President-to-be, 2023, Chief 10, our 50 Director General, campaign organization, other distinguished members of the team, our Royal Highnesses, our Royal Fathers that I can see who have traveled from far away to attend these occasions, our distinguished coordinators here present, our distinguished elders, and other distinguished members of our party here present to witness the declaration of this great Nigerian, Tian Jack Rich, members of the press and the members of the security agencies here present. Mine is just a short one, a welcome address. I have been at the forefront and taking the responsibility to talk to Nigerians and market this great soul, this great human being that is very rare from my experience as an administrator, as a banker, as a minister, and also as a governor. My brother, Chief Ebere, has spoken a lot about him. What else do you want me to add? What else? Nigerians. You all know your country. For those of you that are my own age and have my own experience, what question will you ask ourselves about our dear country? Are you asking for your tribesman or your religious man to be the president of this country? Or are you going to ask God to give you the right person to do the job for you, as contained in the Bible and the Quran? The Almighty God said we should profile people who will lead us. And I believe very strongly that based on my experience that God has given me and my capacity to profile people for jobs since when I was a young man, at the age of 26, when I was appointed the branch manager of a bank here in Abuja, Savannah Bank. I was been recruiting and profiling people up to the stage or the time when I was elected as a governor. My dear Nigerians, this is somebody that we cannot afford not to have in 2023 because of what Mr. Ebere, I don't want to repeat what he said because it was too monotonous. I know of philanthropists, but he is a philanthropist with a difference. He has all kind of philanthropic, interventions across the length and breadth of this country. He never thought of himself as having have been bestowed by the Almighty God with wealth as an Ijoman. But he sees himself being made out of the almost 500 tribes in Nigeria. So Mr. Jack Rich, 10 Jack Rich is a product, is made up of all the 500 tribes today we have today, or close to about 500 or over 500 in Nigeria, because of what he's doing. And he's apparently the only person that I know of from the private sector who had made the difference, who God has bestowed with his own personal resources, that has decided not to take them out of this country to go and invest them in pleasure seeking, but is investing them in survival of human beings in Nigeria. For goodness sake, Nigerians, what else do you want? Do you want somebody who has been in the public sector looting the treasury, to use the treasury funds to come and campaign and be one president of your country? Nigerians, the young ones especially, I'm trying to address. I am assuring you, you have no future if you don't think of the kind of president that you are going to have in 2023. The young ones today, the matured ones, you have small children. Think of their future. Think of the ones that you are going to give birth to. Those are the generations yet unborn. Do you have any future for them as Nigeria? Today we have crisis all over the place. It is not the president that made the crisis. He inherited a system. But who will correct the system? We have somebody who can correct it. And you are running away from the realities. For goodness sake, Nigerians, please rise up. I want you to challenge me. Pick anything bad about this gentleman and tell me he is not fit to rule this country. Pick anything bad and show me. And apparently, there is something also very different I found out about him. I'm a chartered banker. I led Nigeria's premier investment bank, that is now. I ran the commercial bank. So I ran through investment banking, development banking, and commercial banking. And of course, given my own experience, I am part of corporate Nigeria. All the top echelon today that you see who is who and has all the monies, from the banking sector to the industries, they are all my colleagues. So, and I challenge any person. I know the economy of the country. Both local and international economies, I know. I cannot say I know. I'm not Mr. Know-all. There's a limit to which I know. But I say I'm sufficiently knowledgeable because I've been part of the Bretton Woods institutions, the China Exim Bank, European Development Bank, and so on and so forth. I've all interacted with them. So when it comes to somebody, all your candidates you are talking about today, they can only talk about the problems of Nigeria. He's the only person that I've seen with a template on how to turn around your economy, for goodness sake. Nigerians. As far as I'm concerned, I pray I deliver him in 2023. And if God takes my life that day, I'll be very happy going into the grave. Why? Because I've left something behind for me. So with these very short remarks about this perfect gentleman, this Nigerian is that patriotic, that person that has the human heart. He has a heart with milk of human kindness. He has a heart for turn around Nigeria. Is there before you. With this little remark, I will say I welcome each and every one of you here, and I pray the Almighty God, the Almighty Allah, will deliver you back to your destinations. Just as you came here, He will return you back very safely and meet your families in good shape. I thank you, and God bless you all.
From what you've said, you will be alive when it happens. You will not die. Your Excellency, we appreciate you. Thank you very much. Let me welcome here His Royal Majesty Zainab Duke Abiola, MNI, the Queen Akasoba of Calabari, and of course, Chairperson of the Akasoba Center for Peace and Conflict Resolution. I welcome you. Thank you very much. Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I was trying to do a little study of the man that is declaring today, and I found out there are about 7 American presidents that have his own kind of qualities. Warren Harding, Hubert Hoover, Jimmy Carter, George W. Bush, and the latest one, Donald Trump. And what's the quality? These were very successful businessmen before they ruled their nation. And so they brought the skill set in business to run the economy of their country. Maybe that's what we're expecting from this man, His Excellency. Mahatma Gandhi of India once said that the only way you can find yourself is to lose yourself in the service of other people. Who actually is this man that we're talking about? We have a short documentary that shows his philanthropic activities.
Thousands of people wake up each morning with a smile on their faces and with hope for a better future. For these people, the name Tien Jack Rich means one thing: access to potable water, to daily sustenance, to life-saving health care. For many years, Tien Jack Rich had dedicated his life to uplifting as many Nigerians as possible from the depths of poverty, hunger, and disease to a new dawn of prosperity. With the support of his kind and lovely wife and her EdgeRate Foundation, Tien continues to empower many Nigerians with scholarships, jobs, and other opportunities at home and abroad. Jack Rich's companies are also setting a new standard in CSR by implementing transformational projects in the communities where they operate and showing other indigenous and foreign-owned companies how to do business in a socially and environmentally conscious way for the benefit of the host community. As a man who came from humble beginnings through grit and the grace of God, Tien Jack Rich believes that a greater Nigeria is possible if only every Nigerian is given a chance to aspire to excellence. This is why, through his various philanthropic endeavors, he continues to invest primarily in the basic needs of disadvantaged communities. These are not promises, they are projects that exist. This is not just an idea. It is tangible impact that is already being made in the lives of many people of all tribes, tongues, and religious persuasions. Tien Jack Rich believes that he can do much more for millions of Nigerians so that our country can live up to its promise. Jack Rich for a greater Nigeria. Philanthropy.
Thank you. Thank you. I looked at that short video and I noticed that the schools, the water project, the stomach infrastructure were not restricted to Ijoland. I saw them in northern Nigeria. I saw them in western Nigeria. I saw them in eastern Nigeria. This man is pan-Nigeria. And so, Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, when the DG of the campaign was speaking, he called Nigerians 3 times. I just buried my mother on Saturday. When my mother calls me 3 times, I know what it means. It means take note. When he said Nigerians, 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 it means a whole lot. Your Excellencies, are you ready now? Can we listen to the man that is declaring today?
Thank you. Thank you. You know, I am just so overwhelmed that despite the fact that the planning of this event was pretty much sudden, we were able to have this amount of turnout. So my heart just can't appreciate you enough. This really represents who we are as a country and the enormous amount of opportunities that our diversity has for us. I came in here with a beautiful speech written, and I'm expected to read the speech. But looking at how things are right now, I want to speak to you from my heart. The nation Nigeria is just a microcosm in the global political landscape. The global economy right now is trending at about 82 to 83 trillion dollars. A continental Africa that is seated on 30 million square kilometers is about 3% of the global economic value chain. So if you run the numbers, that's about slightly above $2.5 trillion. As a continent that is having a population that is over 1.37 trillion people, is struggling with an economy that cannot be compared to that of California, which is about 3.6 trillion US dollars as GDP. So California is about the size of Lagos and Ogun State in the southwestern Nigeria. My country, Nigeria, is about 19.8% of continental Africa's total GDP. That's worrisome, isn't it? And when I look at the numbers in 2023, what the numbers are going to be, I get pretty much worried. And I said to myself, are there opportunities for us on the continent of Africa to change the economic side? And I said, the answer is yes. And then I said again, how can that be done? The population of this great continent of Africa is wealthy enough. But again, there's a trigger, which is Nigeria. my lovely country, Nigeria, has given me every single opportunity that I've worked so hard and longed for. I came from a family of 8. I'm the 6th child of my late parents. My mother had a dream as a woman. She was a very brilliant young woman, always having first all through our primary school period. And then a young man met her and promised her marriage. Back in the days, if you're so brilliant as a woman, all the men flocked around you. And this young man promised to get married to my mother and put her through the family way, and she left school. And not quite long, he left her, and another man walked in again, and she gave him. And that man walked away again. She had another baby. The third man walked in again. At that point, she became so vulnerable, promised her another marriage. She got a third child, and that man walked away again. And our life was kind of crumbled. Our dream for a better society where she can champion the wellness of society got crumbled. And there came my late father, who was a soldier during the Civil War and had bullet wounds, and left service about the age of 27 thereabout, and then he met my mother. My mother became a petty trader who was into tomatoes and all manner of, miniature type of labors that she was doing just to help us all before she met my father. And they got married and they gave birth to us. The marriage lasted and they gave birth to 5 of us. So I'm the 6th child of my late parents. When the both two got together, they discussed their dreams of the better world. My father, who was a soldier, had no skill after he left, service. What was he doing? Just a little gate man standing at the gate, opening the gate of his principal. And what was she doing? A little kiosk where she was selling tomatoes and bread and try to help, make the family needs get met. And they dreamt of a better world. But as life may have it, we were born in the city of Port Harcourt, and they found themselves in a village. As a little boy, I was 7 when I left the city of Port Harcourt to my mom's own town called Kola. And my mother, I was helping my mom, try to hawk around. But then she took ill. And I didn't know where my father was. To cut a long story short, this woman couldn't afford a medical bill. And in my very eyes, I lost her. When I lost her, life became so tough. I didn't know what to do. I had to retire back to the village, just, trying to fish as a little boy and all those type of stuff, trying to make ends meet. And then after I got to about age 15, at primary 6, I said to myself, hang on, I was born in this city, this beautiful city where, there were cars and sounds of birds, nesting on the trees and all those type of stuff. And I remember that I was born in the city of Port Harcourt. So I took the bold step that I would return back to that city where I was born after primary 6 at the age 15. Life in the village was very tough. I would paddle canoe all through the night from 3 p.m. to the next morning trying to, fetch some fish so I can take care of myself and then run to primary school. But after primary 6, I said, I need to go back to that city where I was born. And I bought the boat. I didn't have single money in my pocket, no cash. But the boat owner said to me, you have to walk. You have to be a laborer. So what do? I had to be scooping water off the boat until we got to Port Harcourt. So while the boat was advancing into the city, going through the tributaries, I saw light afar. I saw that illumination. And I said, that looks like where I was born. I saw the light. And when we got to the city, it was about 11 p.m. at night. So the next morning, I disembarked the boat, not knowing which direction to go. But I believed that I was going to make it. And later down the line, I heard that my father was, settling with another woman and all that. They were living their lives. And when I tried to reach out to them, they kicked me out. And I became a street boy, hanging around the bridges. When it's night, probably around under the trees. There was a day I didn't even have food to eat. I had to go on the dustbin in search of what they've dropped. And just pick it up and clean it up and just try to eat it, just to survive. In the course of that, I had this wonderful dream. I said, my parents all that dream, they couldn't realize. But I said, no, I'm going to make it, because I remember a story my late mother told during the moonlight. And she was telling us a wonderful story, and she said, oh, if I pass away, I know my children are going to suffer. And I remember that story, and I said, I will work hard, I'll be a good boy. As life may have it, in God's infinite mercy, I had an encounter with a destiny. Today, I am able to realize that there are a lot of children, boys and girls, still going through what I went through as a young lad. When I embarked on the humanitarian services and all that for my communities, and I saw my brothers in the northern part of the country going through the same thing. When I visited those communities in the northern states, the first that I visited was Gombe State. They would travel 12 kilometers in search of potable water. Some would travel almost 20 kilometers trying to see how they can realize just little quantity of water to drink. And I said, no, I'm going to help these people. That's how my crusade for national intervention was born. By God's grace, I've been able to touch lives in the northeast, in the northwest, north central, southeast, southwest, and south-south. But the truth of the matter again is this. 2017, when the president just came into power, and I saw a lot of hate around. And then the president took heel a little bit. And I said to myself, this man is like my late father. It's like my mom who was ill. Why should I join hands with people saying bad things about this man? And I organized a lot of young boys and girls, youths, at Eagle Square for national prayer to pray for this country. And I said, the spirit of death in the village must give way. We must all come together and pray for the wellness of this country with all our heart. And we had a prayer for 3 nights and 3 days. It was covered live by NTA. Today, you've seen the wonderful health that God has blessed this great country in the life of the president. And until you realize that the most important gift that you have must be given to someone in need, the pursuit of your wellness will be like a camel going through the eye of a needle. I know that this country belongs to all of us. And I know that we need the best for this country. What has 2023 got for us as a country? What are the challenges that 2023 has gotten for us? The most important thing that we need to realize is that in 2023, the total population of this country will eat over 222 million. And if you look at the dependency rate of 78%, I'm telling you, over 174 million Nigerians will be dependent. And that means that less than about 54 million Nigerians will be within the working age, the middle class, and the upper class. And the growth rate of about 2.5% being the net population will hit us about over 5 million every single year. So if that adds to the population number, the leadership of 2023 must cater for the population deficit of 2023 plus the projected population of 2027. So what economic policy will that leader put in place to mitigate that exposure is a concern that created a bubble in my heart to pursue the office of the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. And also, in 2023, we're going to be having global economic shockwaves, economic uncertainties, continental challenges. You see what is going on in Eastern Europe. As we speak right now, if you look at the news, you find out that Sweden and Finland want to join NATO. And you see what Russia is saying, if you join NATO, we will retaliate. It's all about national security. That creates a panic in the global economic value chain. If you look at the number one, G7 economy, they're struggling with inflation. If you look at China today, they're struggling with COVID pandemic. And all this will create a shockwave that will hit the shores of Africa. What is the plan for leadership in 2023? What type of economic policy are you going to put in place to reconstruct the economic landscape to ensure some level of certainty? And that is the bubble that has been running in my heart that has created this desire and this vision for a prosperous Nigeria in 2023. And I know for sure that this great country has enormous amount of youth-based talent. And the only way we can realize our talent is to develop a knowledge-based economy. In each political zone, we have identified center of excellence. In the South, we've discovered that in Calabar, for example, we can create what we call the Calabar Digital City. And in the Southwest, we've discovered that we can create what we call the Health Tech Center to look at medical care and all those type of stuff and provide the needs that smart technology can be used to help healthcare system and build the right infrastructure. And in the Southeast, we have also discovered that we can establish what we call the technology hill. In that way, we will be able to ensure that our young boys and girls who go to university can also have certain skills to provide the needed knowledge-based value to grow local economy and then also help our GDP. We've also looked at the Northeast and Northwest and North Central. But beyond that, we felt that it's important as part of our strategy to open up the economy. In that way, we can, through the Niger Delta all the way up north at Norman River, for example, we've identified where we can create a river port. And then within Jeba at Niger, we can also create another river port, and all the way to the confluence at Makodi and Lokoja. We have identified these hotspot centers that we can use to create smart jobs to engage the youth population. And as soon as we do that, open up that channels, we will be able to deal with all the gully erosions that create, disturbances within those communities that get washed away. And we can have all year round irrigation farming. We can also have, micro electricity generation centered through hydro technology to provide energy for industries in line with state economic development plans. We have also discovered that to develop an economy that will deal with the 21st century market value chain, you need to have infrastructural gateway. And those gateway, we discovered that we will have to look at expanding our airports. We're also going to look at expanding the existing railway lines that have been built so that we can mitigate the high cost that these production activities is created in the pocket of families and all that. So we believe strongly that we are on this race together as a people. My interest is the youth. What is in for the youth? Enormous amount of job creation. That is what is in there. My strong base is in the oil and gas. The oil and gas is a major catalyst that we need to use to activate our industrial development. I'm promising you that by 2023, we have a master plan to move oil production to our 3 million barrels. And not only that, we also have the master plan in such a manner that we can look at the low-hanging fruits where we're losing our oil and gas resource values. And then provide a technology-based infrastructure such that operators will be advised to contribute their fair share. In that way, we will be able to earn the best in oil and gas production and be able to refine what we consume. Because that's my strong base. If we have the oil and gas resources fully developed, we can activate other industrial value chain. I will say nothing other than saying that the only way we can have the low-hanging fruit to realize the enormous amount of dollar-based earning is to optimize the opportunity that the oil and gas has gotten for us. Because 2023, you're not going to be seeing creditors running after you and asking you to take credit. Because every economy will be struggling in 2023. And the only way that you can bridge the gap is to ensure that the resources that you have is utilized as a catalyst to activate all other sectors. Our plan is to care for our fathers, our old mothers. Our plan is to care for our young boys and girls. My daughter belongs to the Alpha generation. She asks me every single day questions that I do not have enough answers to. The generation after me are called the Generation Y. They are the millennials. Right now, it's like I'm almost occupying their space. We need the needed economic and political infrastructure to create a gateway so that they can come in and dream dreams and realize their core potentials. The generation after those ones are called the Gen Z. The Gen Z are also looking up to her. These are the smart guys that understand the use of digital technology. With digital technology created through the use of this wonderful, unique demography, we can turn the tide of this great country around. And my daughters, and your daughters, your boys, your girls, what future are we going to be leaving behind for them in 2023? The president has done a lot of work. How do we complement what he has done? By being so innovative, by stepping outside the box to design the right economic footprint that will stand the test of time, such that our economy will move away from the multi-billion-dollar economy that it's been known for to a trillion-dollar economy. As we speak right now, Nigeria being the largest economy on the continent of Africa, we are not part of G20. Africa's third economy is part of G20 representing the continent. How do we negotiate our way into the pool of technological enablers so that we can establish an industrial development through smart technology to reduce our carbon footprint? You need a president that can engage G7 economies. You need a president that can engage the E7 economies. You need a president that can stand with these advanced economies and negotiate your place in the Committee of Nations. You need a president that when you travel outside this country and you flip your international passport or ID card, you will be respected and honored. You need a president that will ensure that there is an enormous amount of job created for our youth within the local community so we can reduce migration into the cities and then reduce extinction of our cultures and values. You need a president that can negotiate with the advanced economies to open the gateway of technological advancement so we can grow our economy. And you need a president that can make a phone calls that his colleagues are probably working in the State Department or working in Number 10 or working in Capitol Hill. You need a president that can create that trust and confidence for private sector, deep pocket investors in the US and Europe to come and invest in the country. You need a president that can speak to Elon Musk to come to Nigeria and invest. You need a president that can speak to Bill Gates, not to give us aid, but give us technology-based centers so we can grow our economy. You need a president that can think for you, not to think for himself. You need a president that can ensure that the wealth that is centered in the Niger Delta is not just for the Niger Deltas alone, but is a catalyst for growth of this great economy. I'm here to tell you that one gift I pledged to give to you is my heart. Yes, my parents were nothing. My mother was a tomato seller. Yes, my father was nothing. He was a gate man. Yes, my community is not on the map of global top-line players, but my heart will turn things around. My story is a success story that this country needs to change the political and economic landscape so we can have a voice in the Committee of Nations. I know for sure that you're not sharing because I'm speaking, making sense, but the key thing is that you need to guarantee job creation for your children. Mothers need to have control of their girls. Fathers need to have control of their boys. If you go in the local communities these days, you see boys hanging under the trees. They are so hungry and they are so angry because they don't have any future. Those that have used them to get to the top have abandoned them at the bottom level. Our population is going off the rafters. Opportunities are going below ground zero. We're depleting in value. Our GDP has been too long seated on a multi-billion-dollar GDP and making it difficult for our purchasing power parity to be comparable compared to goods and services in a given basket in terms of currency or whatever it is, because we are a consumption-driven economy. With Jack Rich's presidency, we're going to move into large-scale productivities where we begin to produce what we consume and consume what we produce and produce more and trade more and save more and plan for the future. Research and development will be the center stage of my presidency. My country, Nigeria, will be respected again in the Committee of Nations. They will now be looking at us as corrupt countries. They're not going to be looking at us as countries that export all our cash-based resources overseas to import, dollar-based economic and market value chains that we don't produce, that depletes our economy and makes it difficult for our currency to be strong. If you go to the borderline of Benin Republic or Togo and you flip out Nigerian Naira, they will reject you, partly because they believe that our purchasing power parity is so weak. My presidency will strengthen our currency. We will produce what we consume and consume what we produce. We will create jobs for you, the youth, because I belong to that constituency. I'm not here to flatter you. That's why I kept the speech that is written aside, because what I'm discussing is topical issues right now. When I look into your eyes, all I see is hope. All I see is the future. Some say to me the other day, Mr. Jack Rich, you've never been a governor before. You've never been a senator before. You've never been a House of Rep or local commissioner before. You don't have the political pedigree. How will you do the job? And then I said to them, I produce what those guys you're talking about spend and consume. All I need is the right, coherent, consistent fiscal policy with the right legislation to back it up, so that we can begin to make policies to establish economic footprints and centers so that corporates can thrive even after my presidency. We will not make policies that would not be backed up with legislations that will guarantee investors' capital. We will ensure that corporates are brought into what I call the investment and technology-based ecosystem, where entrepreneurship will be developed. The educational system will create and enable us so we can train skills, vocational training centers, learning materials in our local languages, so that we don't spend time in teaching the conventional universal languages that takes a lot of time in our understanding of the key issues that we need to address. The tomato seller at the market square can pick up a short course on how to take basic economic decisions, how to make economic policies that will affect a business. She can go to the school, just get enrolled in and rolled out. Our boys that don't want to go to the conventional university can go there and learn skills and then create what they need for the local communities to consume. That is the type of capital base that I want to develop, and that's what I want to grow. Without boring you, I want to tell you one thing. Mr. President Muhammadu Buhari has given everybody the platform to showcase his content. Without this president, I would not have been privileged to be on the platform of APC to showcase my content. He has given orphans like me, he has given those without voice like me the voice to stand before you and speak to Nigerians and speak to our diasporans outside the shores of this great country. The world is like a universe. We have the Caucasian race, we have the Asian race, and then we have the black race. The Caucasian race have been given leadership by a $22 trillion economy, who is the number one in G7. The Asian race have been given leadership by the number one economy in E7, the world's second largest economy. Continental Africa is looking up to you for leadership. Africans in diaspora in the Pacific states and in the Caribbean are looking up to continental Africa for leadership. The president of Nigeria is not the president of my village.
It's a president of the black race. It's a president that will enable us to realize our core values and potential so we can go for it, so we can nest it by working together, sharing love. All this will be a mere rhetoric if the opportunity to have access to the capital is not created. The oil and gas is that catalyst. And I'm promising you, I am not going to take a single loan all through my presidency. Because I'm a producer and not a consumer. And every single asset that we need to produce what we need to consume, Allah has given it to us. The only critical struggles that we have is how to identify, how to discover it. And that's leadership. I am going to give that leadership. If my brothers in Zamfara, they're having any social issues, I'm going to fly in there. If my brothers in Kano, they're having social issues, I'm going to fly in there. If my brothers in Kaduna are having issues, I'm going to fly in there. I would not say that doesn't concern. I'm not going to send anybody. I'm going to go there. And I tell you, you, the young boys and girls of great Nigeria, the one that is on the left side, trying to bomb, creating social unrest in my brothers' homes in the northwest of Nigeria, that engaging in banditry and kidnapping. My brothers in the northeast that are engaging in militia groups and trying to ransack communities and all that. And you that call our brothers all manner of names that is within the north central area and all that. We are all one united Nigeria. I don't believe in assault missiles and rifles and bullets and all that to eradicate social, unrest. I believe in sporadic economic-based bombardment to create opportunities for our youth so they can realize their core potentials. And that's the only way, because there is no amount of military firepower that can eradicate the social unrest when a boy and a girl are all begging for bread. Young boys and girls are making phone calls to hospital and asking if they can donate their kidney to make some money. Some girls are calling men and say, please, can you take me out and give me 5,000 naira so I can provide food on the table? Some boys are calling their friends, please, can you give me the code to scam it so I can scam and make some money? Because my parents cannot afford. Parents can't speak to their young girls anymore. Parents can't speak to their loved ones anymore because they've lost that opportunity to create that economic enablers to instill and ensure the moral value system that I grew up with. That's because opportunity is gone shrink. Listen, Nigeria was created in 1960. The population of this country was just about 45 million. When I was born in 1975, the population was about 64 million. 2022 will be over 222 million. Dependency rate has gone so high. Opportunity has gone below ground zero. A population is surging above the rafters. What are we going to do? Fight this war by creating the right economic footprints, the right economic policies, encouraging private sector investment, creating that ecosystem, and also building a strong bridge within our traditional value system, respecting our traditional rulers, our district heads, enabling them to succeed, not to tear them apart, not to fire them today and hire them tomorrow. We can't afford to do that. These were the standards that modern civilization met when they came. We are taking it to the cleaners. That is not the way to go. My presidency will strengthen our traditional value system and give a lot of opportunities to our traditional rulers so they can be part of the strategic leadership value chain that ensures social order and wellness while we support them with the right economic stimulus. I make one more pledge again today before I leave. If I don't do that, God won't forgive me. We will create 26,000 jobs in every local government area in my very first day in office. We will train 26,000 boys and girls women and youths. 26,000 will be trained with 300,000 naira each. If you doubt how I'm going to make that happen, you can sit with me off the camera. I'm going to give you the numbers. Because I know how to do it. And when I create 26,000 direct opportunities, 1,000 is 6,000. 126,000 is over 150 something thousand minus plus. Just 1 year, poverty will flee. Now, the gateway to making that happen is in the oil and gas. And I'm in this oil and gas business, and I know how to make money for this country. Listen, I've been in business for 26 years. I'm always thinking about Nigeria. My pledge to God is that because you brought me from that local village where I was a little fisher boy, without connection with the councillor, without connection with the local government chairman, without connection with the governor, without knowing the minister or president, and you brought me to this level, everything that I work for will go for humanity. I know that political economists who believe in postulations and certain type of theories and look at data to do the analytics and all that will say, how is he going to do it? I've been there. I've been trained in the world's best universities. I've been to Harvard. I've been to MIT. I've been to all the best schools, and I've been trained by the world's best professors that canceled presidents of America. I was trained by good professors like that. So when I run the numbers, I say it. If I don't say it, I've not run the numbers. The reason we are struggling with inflation, which will persist, is because we're not consuming what we're producing, and we are not producing what we are consuming. We are a commodity export-based economy. And when there's a global shockwave that hits that commodity, we're all in comatose. And that is the reason why we need a game changer. And the only way you can have a game changer is for us to believe that a strategic visionary leadership whose heart is for his people is the answer. And I am saying that I will make President Muhammadu Buhari proud. I will make Nigerians proud. Because my heart is for humanity. And when your heart is for humanity, you are a humanitarian. And when you are a humanitarian, humanity will dictate your pace, and humanity will design your schedule. I was in the church last Sunday, and the pastor said something. Young boy, why are you into scam? Young girl, why did you do that? And these are boys and girls that are within 19. And then tears drop down my eyes. These guys have gifts that they are looking for someone to develop it so they can be part of the strategic economic value chain of their states in our country to grow our GDP. But they've been left out by those that they worked for, that got to the top. They've been left out by those that they voted for, that got to the top. They promised all the dividend of politics, but they've been jettisoned. But I'm telling you that because my heart is for you, I need you to commit this vision in prayer so that God can make it possible for you to be that engine that communicates well to your people. I want to thank my beautiful wife, Elizabeth, who just walked in. She's been a great supporter of this vision, and she's been praying. And a lot of you have also taken it as a job, praying. I want to thank my brothers. I was in Senegal, and I was in Kaolack, and I went to Sheikh Ibrahim tomb and I made a pledge, because I believe that God is not the God of Muslims, it's not the God of Christians. God is not a Christian, God is not a Muslim. Every true believer that believes in God's primary essence for humanity will fellowship in love. And my Islamic brothers have been praying for me. I want to use this window to thank you. And my Christian fathers also, I want to use this opportunity to thank you. And my traditional rulers. Please, 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 2023 is the most critical year to decide the fate of this great country. Let us not compromise it for friendship. Let us not compromise it for anything. But please, because of the children that you're giving birth to and you're going to give birth to, we must work together to support the Jack Rich's presidency. And I want to make this pledge to the party, APC, the All Progressives Congress. I want to make this pledge. I want to make this pledge to the party. The All Progressives Congress. I want to make this pledge to you. You have given me the opportunity to stand here to declare my intention to run for the office of the president. I promise I would not let you down as party member. I promise that when you vote for me, I'm speaking to all the delegates, I'm speaking to my brothers who are governors of the All Progressives Congress. When you vote for me, I will not let you down. I will ensure that all my pledges
as a people
rest
with
assured,
one song,
because
with one voice,
you
we're a
the
nation
office that you
undivided and
Lord
voice.
has given birth to me to run for this office.
We will
Appointments.
take us down and build
For the party, I promise that the foundation for the great party, the foundation for the office of this great party will be laid, and I'm telling you that inshallah in 15 months in office, we're going to build a corporate APC office, headquarters in Abuja.
With one heart, for one cause, where the time.
And I'm also making this pledge to party members that you will become a communicator of wealth for your supporters at the grassroots. You would no longer go to those communities and run away the next day because you don't have enough to give to them. But you're only going to run away because you don't have enough room to warehouse what they're going to give to you because of the wealth you brought to them. My women, my mothers, my pledge to the women folk is that, my wife is a very strong woman, and she has already told me that I'm going to negotiate from the point of strength to represent the interests of the women, and I am 101% in support of. I'm 101% in support of her in giving you a better life because you were giving birth to me. And the youth, I want to let you know one thing. You will no longer be worried about the brightness of your future. You will no longer be worried about the opportunities that you've been denied because you've been working out there for so long. I will be your voice. The reason is The reason is because you are the strategic and critical asset that this great nation cannot compromise for anything. You are the most critical asset that this great nation cannot compromise for anything. And for my brothers who are in the private sector, corporate Nigeria, my pledge to you that the relevant fiscal policies will be put in place to support your investment opportunities to grow it so that you can advance your well beyond what you have measured now. I will ensure that policies and the right legislations are put in place through strategic collaboration with the National Assembly to put in place the key stimulus that you need so you can deal with the critical needs that this country has gotten, that is creating capital flight, that is impacting on the stability of our currency. And I'm also telling you that I'm also going to support transnational and transcontinental collaborations technologically so you can grow the key footprints to drive private sector growth so we can have a strong, sustainable, coherent, profitable economy. And I'm also going to let you recognize that there is going to be an ecosystem that Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I am also going to be saying this to my corporate. I'm still speaking to corporate Nigeria. I am going to be a strong encourager of establishing what I call the strategic economic development ecosystem, where corporates, government, education system, being the universities, venture capitalists, and entrepreneurs will be part of that mechanics to ensure that we grow needed skills to move this economy forward. And also, I'm also going to be saying this to foreign investors in Nigeria. You don't have to go. You don't have to run away. You don't have to be scared of my presidency because I speak your language. I know where it bites you and where it hurts you most. We will sit together and negotiate the best for this country whilst you make your own profits and take it away. We will also work with you to ensure that you contribute your fair share and ensuring that this country is also able to stand so that we can move from the multi-billion-dollar economy to a trillion-dollar economic league and have a place in the Committee of Nations. We will not only be sitting down overseas and negotiating and talking about reducing our carbon, greenhouse gas emission and carbon footprint without the relevant technological enablers and access to knowledge-based economic growth as we industrialize this economy. And for the education system, this is part of my vision. The vision for a prosperous Nigeria that I call VPN is centered on 4 strategic economic coordinates. Number 1 is technology. And then the second one is education. The I is innovative industrialization and national integration. ASU will no longer experience strike. Because we are coming to build the knowledge-based economy. So, ASU strikes and all that will be a thing of the past. Because I know that what you've been crying for is a reason for my emergence. Our students that graduate will no longer graduate and look for jobs. They will, whilst in the education system, while at school, they will identify their key potentials. They will study in areas that enables them to come out of universities and provide the needs that the communities really want in terms of consumption and make this great country proud. Our diasporans also who are listening to me right now, I'm speaking to you, my diasporans. When I looked at the record, you have shipped into this great country in terms of remittance, the 3 previous records. 2020, I heard that you moved in about $25 billion. And 2021, I saw that you're probably moving about $30 billion. That's about 1.1% of continental Africa's GDP, and about 6.5% of Nigeria's total GDP, and about 95% of our national budget. So you are a critical asset for the development of this country. We will collaborate with your knowledge-based skills to partner with our brothers and sisters in Nigeria. We will bring you back home to work with us. You will have faith in us because we will not just take your knowledge and kick you out. We need you in this country to reset the trajectory. I want to say to us, without taking a lot of our time, together we can make history if we believe. My brothers in the Northwest, you are welcome to this vision because the Casino Smart City will be launched. And my brothers in the North Central in Nasarawa State, the Agrotech City, which is the center of excellence, will be launched to enable your agricultural development and technology and all the type of stuff. Kogi State, we are coming to you also. I've said all this, but what I want to say is that please, we have to remain with this vision and continue to pray. Because the reason why I am on this stage is because of you. I want to thank you. I want to thank my fathers that came all the way from my hometown. They came to experience their son being showcased by you. They represent my late parents that couldn't afford even having access to a counselor. I want to thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Can we all rise to sing that song now? Wave your flag.
We will take a step and build a land in faith to defend what is ours.
Please remain on stage. Remain on stage.
We are as a people with one heart for one cause. We're determined to rebuild and restore. Where freedom rise and truth prevails. Our land where there's hope for us all.
All right, DJ, can you stop the music a bit? You will take it again. He has a 1 second message. Go ahead, please. Please.
I want to thank all the special guests that came all the way from all over the country and beyond. I appreciate you. I want to thank our mothers that came, our royal fathers, pastors. I want to thank my DG immensely, the Deputy Director General. I want to thank the Chief Security Advisor, the Major General of the Nigerian Army. I want to thank all the wonderful brethren that are here, my Muslim brothers, family members, and loved ones. This is what Nigeria is all about. Anybody can become anything, only if you believe. My emergence as the president of this great country will motivate orphans, children of widows, the fatherless, the physically challenged, the children they've given birth to, those that are the suburb of this great nation, those that live in inner land and all that, that everything is possible with God. My story is a success story that should motivate you. And I believe that this great country has gotten everything for us. We cannot afford to disrupt the social wellness of our communities because we're angry or because we're hungry. We should stay focused. We should stay prayerful. We should stay on course that one day, our day will come and our communities will be a better place. Nigeria is giving back to us, and we're giving back to political parties. PDP, APC, we're all one. Let's not tear ourselves apart. Let's set the right example for our young ones so they can be good ambassadors of what we have created for our country. God bless you and thank you.
Please remain on stage.
We stand as a people with one song, with one voice. We're a nation undivided and poised. We will take us down and build our land in faith to defend what is ours. Here we are as a people with one heart.
All right, thank you. Can we go back to our seats, please? Thank you. Wonderful song that actually speaks to the situation here. Nigeria is indeed a great country. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. What we will do, if I open the floor, I'm very sure everybody wants to engage him. But I'll just only call 2 people and then we'll move on. Let's be seated, please. Let's be seated. Abayomi Akimbola, let somebody give him a microphone. Your question. Identify yourself quickly in less than 60 seconds. Let's have your question. Okay, thank you.
All right, good evening, sir.
He's there. He's there.
Good evening, sir. Brilliant ideas. You have just told us your plan for this country. And if left alone for me, I will start calling you the president from this night. But here's my question. Just like every other aspirant who have the same, they have stories to tell, what do you have that is different from other aspirants, even within your political party? And secondly, if your party fails to give you the ticket, are you going to sell this idea to whomever emerge the winner of the primary for your party? Or are we seeing Jack Rich, going to another political party to execute these plans? Thank you.
Do we take the second one or you want to take that? Okay, so let me call Onochie Bridget. Onochie Bridget. Give her the microphone, please. Give her the microphone.
Thank you very much. My name is Onochie Bridget. I'm of the Guardian newspaper. Yeah, security situation in the country has been a serious challenge for some time now. I know you talk about providing a situation where people can freely go about their businesses without fear of molestation. Please, how do you intend to tackle the space of insecurity we have in the country now. What do you think you're going to do differently, from what has been done in the past? The unknown gunmen, how do you intend to make them known so they can be arrested and prosecuted appropriately? Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Because of our time, those are the two questions we'll take. Mr. Jack Rich, you can take over from here.
Well, my competitive advantage is drawn out from my enormous amount of skills and experiences that I've used to manage private sector, large-scale, high-risk business. And basically what we need is to create the enablers in such a manner that the needs of the people becomes your policy focus and interest, to provide that gateway so that the man that is hungry or the man that is angry can have his issues properly addressed. And part of my strategy is basically to set up what I call the traditional value system, an ecosystem that will drive this traditional value system. So you are really talking about the reason I'm getting on board this vision. Not only that, I'm aware of what the economy is going to look like in 2023. I'm aware of what the population numbers will look like in 2023. And I'm also aware of how the global economic shockwave will hit the shores of this great country, that we must provide the buffers. Otherwise, the social issues that you're talking about will persist and may plunge us into deep economic crisis. And you also talked about if really, let's say the second one is that what would you, sorry? Can I get, because I think I was writing fast. No, that's the next one. So basically, it's all tied in together. So basically, I understood basically my differentiation, skill set is about knowing what is coming and then providing the enablers to deal with it from the economic point of view locally and also from the global point of view politically. And then the other one, you talked about major security challenges and how would I tackle that. I mean, it's all intertwined, you know what I'm saying? The point is that when somebody is hungry, it becomes hangry. And it would build up into a ripple effect that you wouldn't be able to have peace. If somebody is hungry, even if your fence is 10 meters high, he will want to drill into it to be able to provide his need or to feel his interest. So these are all, pretty much important issues. Then you talked about the unknown gunman. Well, the point is that technology will be deployed. You create opportunity for the people. And then they will realize that sense of dignity. But that does not mean that even when you create opportunity, there won't be people on the left side of life. A strong policing system. Some of these stuff are pretty much sensitive. I don't want to take a lot about it because, I have to design the engineering, which I know. But conventional methodology will not give us the ultimate solution. And then, if I am not picked, would I share this idea with the next person? I believe that I'm going to be picked. Because we need a president that understands the needs of his people. We need a president that have access to global economic connectivity. We need a president that can negotiate for the interests of the country when it comes to global economic leads. We need a president that can build confidence in private sector-based capital. And I believe strongly that the time is now for us to make this together. We got to stay positive because I believe that we're here to make it together. This is not time to compromise the best for a glass of wine. This is the time to get the best. This is not the time to compromise the best for a glass of water or for your friend. This is the time to pick the best so that we'll be able to deliver the best for this country and make this country wealthier and make this country stronger and make this country a country that can transition itself from tenor to tenor, where the economic master plan that has been designed can transition itself so that when our fathers go on rest in heaven, they will continue to smile that they've left the country in the hands of people that believes in the country. God bless you. Thank you. So having said that, I, Mr. Taimbo Selefura Jack Rich, hereby declare my interest to run for the office of the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. And I pray that we work together so I win. And I pledge to all the delegates that you have the best choice to make right now, because history would never forgive you if we fail to get it right in 2023. Continental Africa is looking up to you. Thank you and God bless you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Let me also welcome his wife, Dr. Elizabeth Jack Rich. Madam, you're welcome. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you very much. Let's be seated. Let's be seated. He has formally declared now. Let me welcome here Bash Amunani. Bash. Thank you. Thank you. Let's be seated. Bash will key into the moment, and he's asking the question, is this the moment?
Good evening, Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen. Your Excellency, when you came up here, you said something that touched me. Most importantly, you said, this is the time. Is this the time? Is this the time? In tandem to that, my poem is titled, Is This the Moment? It's very interesting. Is this the moment we've all been waiting for? For the heart of Africa to beat again. The sun rises from the east, the eagle takes flight, and I hear drum beats of promise sounding across the land, and I ask, is this the moment we've all been waiting for? To wake up at dawn without news of another kidnap fast and bring back our girls' chant was a thing of the past, where mothers are reconciled to their daughters and our sons will not run off to do fraud in Dubai, because the last news I heard from Dubai was woeful and gloom. And yet I ask, is this not the moment we've all been waiting for? That the wailings of political sirens will sound low, we can all hear the voice of the streets. And we can walk at night without fear for a flight and enjoy the sanctity of worship places without the presence of armed men, in plain sight and at defiance with the Creator's might. And yet I ask, are this not the moments we've all been waiting for? That our refineries' light will shine so bright, oiling the life of our nation's drive. And we go back to innocence, taking our place as Africa's pride, where corruption is given a fatal blow, and the criteria for me to be your friend had nothing to do with our tribes. where change is not just the flicking of traffic lights, but the full conviction of a Nigerian's mind that our gallant soldiers will serve with honor and be honored, where love first was for country and not the selfish self, and getting a job in the civil service had nothing to do with our tribes. And I didn't have to know that big man or the other big man for me to reach my humble dreams. And yet I ask, are this not the moment we've all been waiting for? That the Queen's yes men nodded to the puzzle of a Niger area is proof of belief. That we've lived 62 years and counting is proof of triumph. The triumph of the Nigerian spirit. So history calls upon us tonight. From Agui's junta to Balewa's exit, of a polarized north and south, of troops and boots, of pelted flesh smacking in disgust, from oil booms to price slums, of a colonel's revolt to go on with one Nigeria, of Murtala's mother, Shagari's reign, and Azikwe's eloquence. Is this not the moment we've all been waiting for, where the hopes of our nation, once wrapped in the shroud of Ahmadu Bello's turban, Azikwe's eloquence, will come alive this day in the full colors of a nation made of green, white, and green. I dare to ask you, is today not the moment we've all been waiting for? Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. This is the moment. Thank you. Thank you. Very quickly, we will have short Goodwill messages, about 3. Let me start with the Director in charge of security for the campaign, Major General A.T. Ibrahim, retired. We'll please step forward here. Or do you want me to bring the microphone to you? Once a general, always a general.
Your Excellency, the Director General of the Jack Rich Campaign Organization, Mala Yuguda, former governor, former minister, corporate managing expert, and members of the Jack Rich Organization. Your Excellency, the incoming president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Mr. Tien Jack Rich. Our fathers who are here, the royal fathers, invited guests all over the country, our mothers and our wives who are here, our energetic youth who are here. Let me just stand by the existing protocol. Nigeria, 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 what we have been waiting for all these our years from 1960 when we became independent until this moment of the dying days of President Buhari, God has presented us with a president. This is the only chance Nigeria has to turn around and take our proper place in the community of nations. I am very, very happy to belong to this campaign organization, and I know Jack Rich will be the president we have been waiting for. So good luck, and good luck, and good luck to you, sir. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. His Royal Majesty Kalagbolo Borough. His Royal Majesty Kalagbolo Borough will be stepping forward here to say his own short goodwill message. Our royal father. Can we put our hands together for him, ladies and gentlemen?
His Excellency, the incoming President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Engineer Ten T.S. Jacques, I greet you. His Excellency, the former governor who has accepted to be the Director General of the Ten Jacques campaign organization, I greet you. All members of the campaign organization, I also greet you. In the same vein, I greet all of us, all of you that has made this occasion this grand. Thank you all. I want to say, His Excellency started by giving us a brief analysis of world economy, proving to us that he knows what he is coming to do, that he knows our position in the global economy, and that he also knows our problems, the economic problems that we are facing. He has told us that even the security problems we are having is as a result of the downturn of the economy. And that the moment the economic situation improves, the moment our youths are employed, the moment the women are adequately taken care of, the moment the elders are put in their proper place, and of course, he did not forget the traditional rulers as well, that once these things are taken care of, the problem of the country is solved. With all this, I am optimistic, just as all of us, that he is already president in waiting. We were shown a short video of his philanthropic gestures, not only to his region of origin, but to the entire country. We saw things in all the 6 geopolitical zones of the country. That is to say, he has no zone of origin. He has declared himself for all Nigerians, and that he is coming to work for the welfare of the entire country. I think having seen all this and having heard all this from previous speakers, I don't need to say much, but to say we all have to work together with him. For him to succeed, he cannot work alone. It requires a collaborative effort. let us all put our hands together. First and foremost, the delegates, start your work. After the delegates must have done their part, it remains for all of us to play well our part so that we will be joint administrators of the country. It will not be ask the president, ask us. All of us will be able to answer all the questions that will arise therein. Thank you. Let us support him to succeed. Thank you, and thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Your Royal Majesty. The wife of the presidential candidate will be speaking to us later. Let's put our hands together in waiting. But right now, it's okay. Right now, let me call Mrs. Joyce Ebering. Mrs. Joyce Ebering to step forward here. Mrs. Joyce.
Great Nigerian women. Great Nigerian women. Somebody that's typed up here asked one question. He said, is it not time? Is it not time? Is it not time for one thing or the other? I think this is the time. Because we have been praying to have a president that is young. We have been praying to have a president that is very articulate. And we have been praying for a president that is a go-getter. Right now, we have a president who is self-made. Somebody that we can relate to. We all had his story, his grassroots story, and we can all relate to it. Some of us have had parents who died and left us to struggle. Here is a president who has not been eating from the coffers, from the national coffers. He is a self-made man. So this is the kind of president we want. We want a president that is technologically informed. We want a president that our children can look forward to. Somebody that when our children are talking, he will listen. He has told us about what he's going to do in terms of the health situation of the country, and we thank him for that. We Nigerian women, we need the health sector to be working because a lot of women died during childbirth. A lot of women need the health, a very good health care situation. And you have also told us about what you're going to do about the security, the economy of the country. But you also told us about what you're going to do about the education. And we are so very happy about that. Why are we happy about that? We are happy because our children have been at home for a very long time. Please, we are pleading with you, our president in waiting, to do something about this. I'm just pleading with Nigerian women. Nigerian women. Nigerian women. Nigerian women. Here is a man who has not only identified with his constituency, he has identified with every constituency in Nigeria. When the short film strip was shown, we saw all that he has done for most communities in Nigeria. And one thing I'm very happy about is that those things were not done recently. You know, the thing is that when some of our people want to become president or governor or this, they will begin to identify with the grassroots. But we saw in that film trip that our president in waiting has been doing this all along. It is his nature. It is his nature to do good. And that is because he has been there. He has suffered poverty. He knows what it is. In his place, there has not been water. People are not going to school. People have been suffering in the hospitals trying to get one type of health care or the other. So he knows what it is. He has felt it. And that is why he has been doing all those things. It's not as if he started doing them right now that he wants to become president. So please, I'm begging you people, all Nigerian women should rally round our president in waiting, 10 TS Jack Rich. Jack Rich forever. Jack Rich, our president in waiting. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. In this room today are youth organizations from all over Nigeria. We have the Ijaw Youth Organization. We have Ohaneze. We have Afenifere. We have Arewa youths. They are all here. But on behalf of all the youths, Olufemi Lawson will be speaking on behalf of the youths of this country. Olufemi Lawson, please.
Good evening, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. Build the youth! Build the youth! Destroy the youth! Destroy the youth! Greatest Nigerian youth! Greatest Nigerian youth! Greatest go-go! Greatest Bagba! Greatest Gigi! Of the greatest. I'm delighted to speak on behalf of the various organizations of youth, led by the National Youth Council President, Ambassador Sukubo Seraigbe Sukubo, and of course, the leadership of various ethnic youth organizations that are here. We are here this evening to stand with our friend. A lot of people are here on invitation. A lot of them are having encounter with Engineer Jack Rich for the first time. But for us as young people, our relationship with him is a long-standing one. He has never for once denied this constituency whenever the need arises. He has been one Nigerian that has continuously and consistently associated with young people, and we are proud of you, sir. I want to say that for us, the uniqueness of your coming into this race for us is that tonight you have set an agenda for the genuine need for a change of leadership. For the first time, we'll be having a candidate that will not represent a particular order other than the generation which President Buhari has agreed to support by endorsing the Not Too Young to Run bill in 2019. You are coming to be the genuine representation of this generation. For us, we do not want to see this as your personal ambition, and I don't think you are in the category of people who want to come and be president again in Nigeria so they can buy private jet or build houses. God has been so benevolent to you. You are coming to lead a battle. It is a battle to lead the generation that will rescue Nigeria. The truth is that the current generation of leaders have done their best, but we consider their best has not been good enough to move this country to the next level in the real context of it. And that is why Jack Rich should not be coming for the pleasure of the office of the President of Nigeria, but to lead a battle for the soul of Nigeria, which can be fought and won by this generation that you are part of. And that is why we want to see tonight as the beginning of that journey to rescue Nigeria genuinely. And the only way we can rescue Nigeria is by putting a generation that has the energy, the intellectual capacity, the exposure, all these qualities that you have in charge of governance in Nigeria. If we don't do that, if we make the mistake of not getting leaders who possess these kind of qualities, 2023 may not be different from 1999, and we don't want that. So we are believing that you will lead this battle from the front, and you can be rest assured that the young people of this country are interested in what happens in 2023, and we're not going to be taking the back seat this time around. We'll be on the field. We are ready, we are willing. We are hoping that the APC, your party, will see the need to hand over the flag to an energetic young man like you who can move, the country forward. Congratulations for taking this bold step. We appreciate you. Thank you.
Well, when Olufemi Lawson was speaking, he said Mr. Jack Rich is a general that will lead the battle. But some of my friends in the military told me that your wife is a rank higher than you. So in inviting the wife of the man, I can't call her general anymore. So let me say Field Marshal Dr. Elizabeth Jack Rich. That is the presidential podium. That is the presidential podium.
Good evening, Your Excellencies, my traditional rulers, ladies and gentlemen, my amiable husband, the incoming president of Nigeria, Engineer T.S. Jack Rich. I'm not here to say a lot because my husband already said it all. But I would like to share a short story about this wonderful man, Engineer T.S. Jack Rich. About 8 years ago when we met, I had a dream about him becoming the president of Nigeria, holding the Nigerian flag that was handed over to him by the former president, His Excellency Olusegun Obasanjo, as at that time. And I told him, little did I know he had aspirations. Little did I know he had a vision for Nigeria. And I'm happy that the discussions we've been having since then is actually actualizing now, because the time is now. I always say to everyone, I said, the second wife in my marriage is Nigeria, because this man loves this country so much that he has actually improved himself in all ramifications. He has gone to the best universities in the world. He has sat with the best counselors in the world to actually improve his technical skills, his know-how to rule this country in the right way. I'm happy that I couldn't have given our beautiful baby girls a better father, mentor, and leader than you, Engineer T.S. Jack Rich. As a youth and a woman, he has given me a platform to row and take charge in this country and all over the world. He believed in me when no one did. He allowed me independently run. He was supportive, encouraging, and here I am today. I can boast of everything I've achieved in life was because of the support and encouragement my husband gave to me. Why am I saying this? There are so many opportunities in store for our women and youths that this presidential tenure of my husband will provide. And as a youth and a matron of the Nigerian youth, and a woman and a mother, just like our beloved mother said, the health sector, I take full responsibility and I pledge that my husband's tenure would be the best in providing a better health sector for our women, a better future for our youths. And the next discussion we're going to be having with the president of Nigeria then will be a progressive discussion of how our health sectors is actually one of the best in the world. Nigeria is blessed with one of the best resources most countries do not have, and that is the youths. That is the youths. And I promise and I pledge to our youths today, your future is safe with Engineer T.S. Jack Rich. Your future is better with Engineer T.S. Jack Rich. We need the right man with the right spiritual, mental, physical, and emotional mantle to rule this country. And there is no better man than my amazing husband, the father to my children, our incoming president, Engineer T.S. Jack Rich. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. I agree with you. She's fine. She's fine. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I don't know. Thank you, our mothers. Our mothers. 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 Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. I don't know if I'm the only one that noticed it, that the words, the voice, and the digital diction of Mr. Jack Rich also is in the voice of the woman. Let me welcome on stage now 2 young ladies that come from a family of excellence and arts. Their mother is one of Nigeria's finest broadcasters, Mrs. Eugenia Abu. Please welcome on stage to do a song, Oiza and Meyi, who believe in the vision and the movement. Welcome them.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Eukaria Ojotuli Oiza Abu.
And my name is Eugenia Unikojo Meyi Abu. And together we are Oiza and Meyi. And we're going to be singing a song about the youth and how we feel our plight. And hopefully one day we can all become famous and big and important people in the future. So please enjoy.
So we're going to be doing it a cappella for you. Hope you enjoy. Thank you.
One day you'll figure it out. I'll be famous. One day you'll figure it out. I'll be famous. Bet you didn't figure it out that one day I'll be famous. Bet you didn't figure it out that one day I'll be famous. One day you'll figure it out. I'll be famous. One day you'll figure it out. I'll be famous. Bet you didn't figure it out that one day I'll be famous. Bet you didn't figure it out that one day I'll be famous. Be famous.
Thank you. The leader that supports your dreams as you. Thank you very much.
One more thing before we go, we would just like to get like some crowd participation. We wrote like a little song for His Excellency Toby, and we'll just need like crowd participation. Like, so if you can get like 1, 1, 2, 1. Thank you. That'd be great. J-A-C-K. Mr. President. Got it?
Are we good?
Mr. President. Thank you, Jackie Rich. Let's go. So, J-A-C-K. Mr. President. Jackie Rich. Mr. President. Mr. President. Mr. President.
I feel like we're going to hire you to join our band, sir. You want to join our band?
President. Let's go. Sir. J-A-C-K. Mr. President.
Jack Rich.
Mr. President.
Jack Rich.
Mr. President.
Jack Rich.
Mr. President.
Jack Rich.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, everybody.
And so, Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, a few years ago, a young man released a song that he titled Port Harcourt First Son. People didn't know that he was actually singing about this man that is contesting the presidency of the country. Tonight, amongst us, one of the finest vocalists and lyricists in our country, he's here. Born in Port Harcourt, appreciated globally. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome on stage, Duncan Mighty.
I'm on site to make my name buyer. So anyway, you see, Duncan Mighty, tell us say when you say Chai Chidekele. You say DJ Nani. Yeah.
Nigeria don't suffer too much, we need
DJ, hold on. Listen. Nigeria don't suffer too much, we need a young game changer. You and I need to let love lead. Okay, DJ, you ready now? Oh, yeah.
Nigeria don't suffer too much, we need a young game changer. Nigeria don't suffer too much, we need a young game changer. You and I need to let love lead. You and I need to let love lead. Only solution for young people, Jackery. Only solution for Nigeria, Jackery. Massive job for young people, Jackery. Plenty job for the youth, Jackery. For our economy to boom, Jackery. For our economy to boom again, young game changer. For the poor masses to smile again, young game changer. Jackery shop of Nigeria, young game changer. The only person where we change the game, Jackery. Everybody may sing with me, Jackery. 2023 for APC, young game changer. Jackery shop of Nigeria, young game changer. Make we vote for the better Nigeria we want to vote Jackery for President 2023.
No.
God just made me the first spot I got to Galaba. When I'm waiting, I'm with a bricota when they bricota when they walk out. When I'm waiting, you say I'm a Port Harcourt. See, when you shake and you Port Harcourt.
It's a very beautiful city around the world, like Port Harcourt. Okay. I never enjoy it when you say, yes, sir.
Every time I'm rotting, I'm a chile. There's a yes on weekend. When I'm back on the area, when I'm Mangala lay, I got to white buyer. Look at the Kobali buyer. Having your banner buyer. To test you where I'm buyer. Timmy alive buyer. On the area about Jan buyer. On the OCJ Coach buyer. You will see when I'm buyer. Everyone who has been William. Balogu when I'm mighty. Akarolo Chimbiko.
Everybody say, I'm a Port Harcourt.
See, I'm a Port Harcourt.
Woyo, I'm a Port Harcourt. It's a very beautiful city around the world, like Port Harcourt. I never enjoy it when I don't say, see, if I do you wrong. Thank you very much. I love you.
When you see what you
want some more?
See, Mr. Lover, you know say I don't get wahala. Anyhow you like, I go do my dear. As long as it no cost palava.
Spells.
Promise say you go treat me well, oh. Give me good love and no be kiss and tell, oh. No be say after that wine I'm well, oh. Make you no go leave your girl for inside. 1, 2, 3. Woyo, woyo.
Hold it. A special request for the first lady, incoming first lady. She too fine. She fine, so they fine finish. Yeah, oh what a wine. I swear you too fine. Anytime you dey for the club, they wine. But the girls them go want to die. Woman and mommy can honey. If not like make it axi fine. So many chicks them a candy love. When I only see who can be the wife.
Asangwa, baby. You see how we blink on the baby. I don't feel like it don't kind of mighty. Uju, see, Uju, love to give it well. When I think about the things you do, something they telling me to marry.
I said she too fine there.
Uju, love to give it well. When I think about the things you do, something they telling me to marry. Because everything, anything I do, anytime I want to enjoy, anytime I want to laugh.
See, when I want Shokoto, when I go Sokoto,
body color, now you. Hey, yeah, oh what a wine. I swear you too fine. Anytime you there for the club, they wine. All the guys they don't want to die. Woman of mommy can honey. If not like make it ask it fine. So many chicks they might come they love me. But now only you who can be my wifey. I dey pray, I dey cast and bind it. For anything we go make us fight. I don't go lie, say made up mindy. You be the best quality of wifey. Because everything, anything I do, anytime I want to enjoy, anytime I want to laugh, when I want Sokoto, when I go Sokoto, body color, now you.
Now you be my only thing here. Before I leave, let me just remind you. Nigeria don't suffer too much. We need a young game changer. Oh. Nigeria don't suffer too much. We need a young game changer. I say young game changer. Oh. We need a young game changer. Oh. We don't tire for all do things here. We need a young game changer. Oh. Make some noise for Mr. President. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Duncan Mighty. Thank you. Kelvin Saps is in the house. Kelvin, can you come in now, please? Kelvin Saps. Oh, okay. Now you.
Good evening, everyone. Yeah, he's surprised because I look so calm. You were expecting one. This is a new Nigeria, right? This is how we ought to look. Calm, peaceful. You understand? Once again, put your hands together for our president. I don't call him presidential anymore. Let's celebrate His Excellency, our president. Put your hands together for him. I was opportune to work with him through my friend Tagwaye, and we were able to create magic. We actually recorded the national jingle, which most of you have heard, which is actually the work I did. And this is the first time I'll be singing it for you, Oga. The very first time. And we'll shot a video to that already. DJ, is he ready? All right, I happen to be a comedian too. Yes, that's my job. The singing is my side hustle. I sing by the side, amen? At least when Jack Rich become president, person not going to need to work to survive for Nigeria. Because to survive in this country, you need 2 jobs. Because that is why hospital go get hospital, they go get mortuary. If they treat you, you die, you go still dey pay for mortuary. Hello? Church, they collect your tithe, they go still open school so that they'll collect school fees from you. Amen? So you need 2 jobs to survive in this country. Very, very important. No, I think Tagoye is trying to fix that. And I saw mothers. Sir, I'm very happy the way you talked about mothers, that you're going to do a lot for them. Mothers, God bless you. Women are strong people. Please, a round of applause for them. And Excellency, I don't want to flatter you. I believe that you believe and you know that your wife is beautiful. And with the way your wife is beautiful, there's a future for Nigeria. Hello? You can't have this kind of beautiful wife and Nigeria will be in the wrong place. Amen? By the grace of God, I come from Delta State. And in Delta State, for us to attend your church, we look at your wife. Because we believe, say, if you not see eye to marry better wife, you not go see vision. Everything is attached. So we must look the wife way, amen? You know, this kind of wife is the kind of wife you have as a president. If you travel, you leave Nigeria in her hand, you know Nigeria is safe. Her beauty is enough. But the only problem is a fine woman like this, you know the fish out to give up. My wife is very fine. If you see my wife, you understand what I'm saying. Sometimes when my wife offends me and I mean they shout, I said, this thing you did, I don't like it, but I am sorry. So, as says, Tagoye, are we ready? Are we good? This is why we like preparing for this thing. You understand? Once again, please put your hands together for Dr. Mighty. He has been in the music game for a long time and he's doing very fine. I can see our elderly chiefs, our royal fathers. The truth is, when I see chiefs and royal fathers, I envy you people a lot. When I know why they envy you now, I don't nearly go collect chief's title. But when I reason this bid, when on the way the thing take the heavy, before you finish the chief title, you don't want to get hush back. When they try you know easy, I know fit. Unless they go agree say my chief title, now only hand bid, I go the way, I'm okay. But it's good. I was talking about mothers. I don't know if your mother is like my mother. How many of you have that mother that when they want to sing song, they sing it the way it's in their spirit, not how it is written? Is your mother like that? So my mother wanted to sing a song by Prosper Ekueme. You know that song? Ekueme, Ekueme. My mom sang the same song. Ekueme, Ekueme. We are the living God, oh. Is there no one like us? I asked my mother, how many are you people? I believe I have the East represented here. Do I have those from the East? Ibo Kwenu. Ibo Kwenu. 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 Excellency, sir, if you must succeed, don't joke with the Igbos. The Igbos remains the most industrious people in Nigeria, no doubt. But one thing when I believe Igbo people that make me believe, say, every song for Nigeria get different version. Sir, there is no song you want to tell me now that Igbo people don't have the second version of it. There was one time we were hearing songs in Nigeria like, I have a dream, Westlife, a song to sing. When Igbos decided to sing. Are you there? Let's start again. Let's start again. Hold it. Are you ready? So ladies and gentlemen, this song is actually a part of support from me, my friend Tagoye, and every other youth of Nigeria to support Jack Rich. And so when the song is playing, you can dance along, you can sing along. And they're like what Oga will say, no chili was paid. We just did it for him. Hallelujah. All right, DJ, drop it.
Nigeria people.
Volume. How na day? Something you don't happen, no. That new thing na Jack Rich. When God don't show us, oh. If you are ready, let me see your flag. Now you be the man. Now you be our choice. To build the generational gap, oh. Now you we go follow. Listen.
To give us the tribalized leadership.
Now you be the man. This is our time. Now you we go follow. Now listen. Nigeria 2023 we dey go. 2023 we dey go. For a young and dynamic leader, when go serving people, Jack Rich, now you we go vote. For presidency, hard working Jack Rich, Jack Rich. Everybody, now who we go follow? Sir, let me hear you sing. Everybody, let me hear you now.
To compete and grow.
I want to hear you, everybody. Now you be our man, sir.
For technology, for quality,
let me hear everybody, sir.
For economic freedom and growth, for patriotism and to unite our nation. Because your experience and knowledge.
Too much. You be the sir. Now you be our man. Now you we go follow. 2023. I want to hear everybody. Mothers, can I hear your voice? The youth, can I hear you? Every man, can I hear your voice? You say?
Jack Rich, Papa Buhari. We don't like corruption.
Everybody, I want to hear you say. Everybody say.
Now what we need? You say.
Now you we go follow.
Selfless Jack Rich.
Jack Rich, everybody, I want to hear you. Everybody, let me hear you.
Make our economy grow stronger.
You say, kill it. Everybody, killer. Nigeria 2023, oh. For better economy, oh. To make our youth to life better, oh. Mothers, I cannot hear you now. Youth, I say now we go make una better, oh. If you believe so, na Jack Rich, shout Jack Rich, oh. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. God bless you.
Thank you very much. Very quickly, we will invite the Deputy Director General of the campaign organization. Let me welcome here Asikwa Agwawaji to please step forward here and do the vote of thanks.
Your Excellency, the incoming President of Federal Republic of Nigeria, Your Excellency, the Director General of this great campaign organization, members of the Jack Rich campaign organization, royal fathers of the day, distinguished senator here present, members of the House of Representatives, members of House of Assembly, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished men of the press. I stand on behalf of the Jack Rich campaign organization to say a very big thank you to all of you who has come to witness today. The history of Nigeria 2023 will never be written without your name. We have said it. Among all the candidates, whether it's anywhere they are coming from, if you have a better candidate, I know His Excellency Easter Yeguda will step aside, and I will join him to step aside. But because you can't get anything better than what we have, we want to tell you, this is the time. For all our coordinators, we say thank you. For our great party, the APC, we say thank you. In advance, all our delegates, we say thank you. Because we know our party will choose King Jack Rich. Without missing any word, APC being the biggest political party in Africa, we never make mistake. And I'm assuring you, all of us on that day, we remember that we have made it together. Thank you for being part of this history. Thank you for identifying with us. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. APC! 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 Progress!
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you. I think it was appropriate that because we have our father here, distinguished Senator Gada, we would like him to have the last word, even if it comes in form of a prayer, we don't mind. Let me welcome distinguished Senator Gada to come here, please. Sorry.
Is it old age?
Yes, yes, yes.
Salu ala Nabil Karim. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد وارحم محمد وآل محمد وبارك على محمد كما صليت ورحمت وبارك على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين صراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين.
Thank you very much. I will rise now for the national anthem, please. Thank you very much for coming. Thank you.
Nigeria don't suffer too much, we need a young game changer. Nigeria don't suffer too much, we need a young game changer. You and I need to let love lead. You and I need to let love lead. Only solution for young people, Jackery. Only solution for Nigeria, Jackery. Massive job for young people, Jackery. Plenty job for the youth, Jackery. For our economy to boom boom, Jackery. For our economy to boom again, young game changer. For the poor masses to smile again, Jackery. Jackery shop of Nigeria, young game changer. The only person wey fit change the game, Jackery. Everybody make we vote am o, Jackery. 2023 for APC, Jackery. Jackery shop of Nigeria, young game changer. Oya, make we vote am o, Jackery. For the better Naija we want, yeah. Jackery. Vote Jackery for President 2023 APC. Young game changer.
Together, we can make history. Join us and let love lead. I'm 10 years Jack Rich, and I approve this message.
Nigeria don't suffer too much, we need a young game changer. Nigeria don't suffer too much, we need a young game changer. You and I need to let love lead. You and I need to let love lead. Only solution for young people, Jackery. Only solution for Nigeria, Jackery. Massive job for young people, Jackery. Plenty job for the youth, Jackery. For our economy to boom boom, Jackery. For our economy to boom again, young game changer. For the poor masses to smile again, Jackery. Jackery shop of Nigeria, young game changer. The only person wey fit change the game, Jackery. Everybody make we vote am o, Jackery. 2023 for APC, Jackery. Jackery shop of Nigeria, young game changer. Oya, make we vote am o, Jackery. For the better Naija we want, yeah. Jackery. Vote Jackery for President 2023 APC. Young game changer.
Together, we can make history. Join us and let love lead. I'm 10 years Jack Rich, and I approve this message.
Nigeria don't suffer too much, we need a young game changer. Nigeria don't suffer too much, we need a young game changer. You and I need to let love lead. You and I need to let love lead. Only solution for young people, Jackery. Only solution for Nigeria, Jackery. Massive job for young people, Jackery. Plenty job for the youth, Jackery. For our economy to boom boom, Jackery. For our economy to boom again, young game changer. For the poor masses to smile again, Jackery. Jackery shop of Nigeria, young game changer. The only person wey fit change the game, Jackery. Everybody make we vote am o, Jackery. 2023 for APC, Jackery. Jackery shop of Nigeria, young game changer. Oya, make we vote am o, Jackery. For the better Naija we want, yeah. Jackery. Vote Jackery for President 2023 APC. Young game changer.
Together, we can make history. Join us and let love lead. I'm 10 years Jack Rich, and I approve this message.
Nigeria don't